Let's talk about procrastination and why you keep telling yourself, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'll start later. And this is the 3F life: build the body, lead the home, honor God, faith, family, fitness. I'm your host, Connor. And in my life, this has been a major roadblock for my progression and something that kind of held me back from becoming the best version of me that I could become is procrastination. You tell yourself, I'll start my diet after my birthday, after Christmas, Thanksgiving. I'll start it on the new year. We'll make a New Year's resolution and we'll just hit it hard. I'll start working out then too. And you see it if you go to the gym a lot, you see the amount of people that start going to the gym in January every year. It's like clockwork. And then you still go to the gym and you're there in February, March, April, and slowly the amount of people that go is less and less. And then it just gets back to like the normal regulars that you see at the gym every day if you go to the same time. And because this is what we do as humans, we want to procrastinate everything. And I grew up like in high school, I did this all the time. I'd have like a report due in 2 weeks, and I would wait until the night before to do the report. And in school, like if you don't really care about school, I don't know if that's like that big of a deal. But the problem is that habit that you build when you're young is going to be something that you carry throughout your life. So you procrastinated doing the projects in school, and now you're 5 years into your adult life, and you've procrastinated going to church, you've procrastinated your fitness, building your business, and it's a snowball effect that eventually you just sit back and you regret your life. You're going to look in the mirror one day and you're just going to hate the person that you are. You're going to be miserable. You'll wake up and you'll be 40 like nothing. Time flies so fast in this life. And when we just ignore things and we procrastinate things, we will end up living a life filled with regret. And I say this because I know this firsthand, because I lived my life like that. I procrastinated so much about the gym. Like when I was 17, 18, I would lift a lot consistently. I was in, decent shape for my age. I wasn't like jacked or anything like that, but then I got engaged and married and had kids, and then it was just like, oh man, I don't have any time to do this, and I procrastinated my life away. And it was like, I'll start working out, next week. And then next week turned to 5, 6, 7 years. And it was the same thing with my walk with Christ. It's like, we'll go to church next weekend. I'm tired. I stayed up till 2 in the morning Saturday. So I'd wake up and go back to bed. And then that turned into years and years upon years of not going to church. And we do this with so many things. Like you have a dream, no matter what it is, but you're procrastinating chasing the dream. You're procrastinating starting the YouTube channel because you know that you're not going to get a lot of views when you start. So you got this limited belief in yourself. You're procrastinating to going to the gym because you're overweight and you know that it's going to suck. It's going to be hard work and you're not going to see results for a very long time. And you just have to be able to shatter that self-belief. You've got to be able to shatter that limited belief that you have that you can't do something because it's going to take too long. I can't do YouTube because it's going to take too long before I see results. I can't go to the gym because it's going to, I'm not going to be in shape for a year or 2 years and whatever. Like I'll put it off. I'll do it later. And later becomes your life. And you do this with everything. You push off your relationships, then your relationships fail. And your life just goes down and down and down. And before you know it, you wake up and you just regret everything. And I went through this. I lived this. I spent 8, 9 years of my life that I can't get back. And I regret everything about it. The relationship that I was in, I regret not being in shape, not being a better dad, not following the Lord. I regret spending all that time not building a business or doing something that I was passionate about. We had this unique opportunity that happened once in like 100 years where we had the corona pandemic. And everybody in the world just about had like multiple months off. They were working from home, and we had all of this free time to do what we were passionate about and to change, to stop procrastinating. And you know what we did? And you know what I did? I just sat and smoked every day. I got high all the time, played video games, and I wasted that portion of my life when I could have just grinded for that period of time. I could have started my fitness journey then. And then what we do is we start these like little, I'll do a challenge where I'll work out every day for a month. And then you see results, and then you give up. And then it's like, let me get a day off. I need a cheat day. And then the cheat day becomes your life, and you're cheating every day on your life, and then you regret it. You talk to an old person, even some like old people that are wealthy, and ask them like, what would you do differently? Like, and they all have regrets. And a lot of these older people would trade all of the money in the world to be young again, to be able to live that life again, because they regret the decisions that they made, even if they do have money. And not all of them do, but a lot of old people live with regret. Go talk to some, and you'll learn quick. Like, I don't want to be 80 years old and regret my whole life. I don't want to be the 70-year-old guy that's serving fast food at McDonald's because I didn't set myself up for retirement, because I didn't do anything, and I'm sitting here working $15 an hour, flipping burgers and handing food to people. That's not the life that we want to live. But how do we change that? How do we stop the procrastination? And really, it's a simple answer, but until you just do it, you're going to continue to procrastinate. You're going to tell yourself, you might watch this video or watch another video like this, and you're going to tell yourself, I'm going to start this tomorrow. You might even go into your notebook or your notes on your phone, type this up, and put down the blueprint. I'm going to get into shape. I'm going to chase after this goal. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do so-and-so. And you're going to wake up the next day and you're going to be tired, and you're going to go back to your normal life, and you're not going to do it. And then you're going to wake up a year later and watch another video, and you're still not going to do it, because that procrastination is just engraved in who you are. So until you watch something like this and you just go immediately and do something, until you get in the door, like that's the first step. Like, you want to go and get in the shape, don't worry about lifting hard. Don't worry about being in the gym 7 days a week for 2 hours every day, because obviously those things might result in big improvements. But if you haven't lifted for 10 years, don't do that, because that's going to be such an overwhelming thing for you to do. You're just uprooting your entire life. And I've got a buddy of mine that works for me that is going through this right now, and I've been trying to tell him, because we go to the gym the other day, and one of the guys at the gym is like, yeah, he's like, you should get at least like an hour, 2 hours in. And we walk away, and I'm like, dude, don't worry about being here for an hour or 2 hours. Worry about getting in the door and doing something. Make some improvement, because if you didn't do this for 10 years and you do something, it's better than nothing. And the longer that you do that, you start going to the gym and just spend 30 minutes on a treadmill, eventually you're going to start doing more. You're going to want more, and then you're going to have the habit of doing that every day. And it's going to take months before this is a thing. Like, I know a lot of people say that a habit takes 21 days to build. And from my experience, I think it takes a lot longer than that. And I think certain habits are easy to break. Habits that take you out of your comfort zone are so easy to break. The habit of like waking up late every day and eating junk food, not working out, not going to church, that is like easy to do, because that's just what your body naturally wants to do. It just doesn't want to do anything. You want to be lazy. You want to play video games. You want to scroll TikTok or YouTube or whatever all day. But going in and committing to these goals of yours, sitting in the gym and working out for an hour every day, or reading the Bible, going to church every Sunday, those things, you can start doing them, and then it's easy for you to fall off. So that's why I say don't wait to start what your goals are. Start now. There's never going to be a better time in your life than right now, in this moment, to change your life. because the longer you wait, the longer your life flies by. And as a father of 3 boys, I realized this quick, man. Like, it feels like yesterday that these boys were babies. And my oldest is 9 years old now. He's in 4th grade. And it just happens so fast. Like, it doesn't feel like 9 years. The longer you live, like 1 year when you're 15, 1 year is a 15th of your life. But 1 year when you're 28 is a lot shorter of a period of time. So those years fly by quicker and quicker and quicker. And you live with regret because you wasted so much time. So start your goals today and attack them. Like, I wouldn't even say, I do value writing your goals down, creating the vision board and things like that. But just get out of the door. Just get up and go and do it. Just start now. Go get the gym membership and work out. Go to church. Just wake yourself up and go to church. Tell yourself, like, this Saturday I'm not going to stay up till 2 in the morning. I'll go to bed at 12 and I'm going to go to church. I'm going to commit to doing this one time. And then I bet you anything you're going to feel good about it. You're going to go to the gym and get a lift in. Next day you're going to wake up super sore. And some people don't like that. Some people are like, man, I'm too sore. I don't want to do this again. But I think a lot of us men are like, man, that's such a good feeling. I love, like, after a heavy leg day, struggling to walk the next couple days. Because I'm like, I'm putting the work into my body. I feel it. And that's that first start. You'll get hooked on this. You'll start going to the gym more and more. And then over time, it's like, I don't care where I'm at today, because today, obviously, I blew 10 years of my life. You blew 5 years of your life. So who cares where you are today and tomorrow? But what you do today is going to set up where you are 5 years from now. So if you just change the way you live your life right now, and you put 5 years of effort in your diet, into the gym, in the church, where you are 5 years from now is going to be so much better than where you are today, because you don't want to wake up and be upset with where you are. And I did this. Like, I looked back on my life and I said, like, what would 18-year-old version of me think about the man I am today? And this was like when I was 27 still. It was like this: if I met myself, my 18-year-old version of me, if I time traveled and he met this version of me, he would be so disappointed. He'd be mad just looking at me, looking at how out of shape and fat I was. He'd be mad knowing that I went through a divorce and my kids went through the same situation I did, having their parents separate. He'd be so mad about the way I lived my life. He'd be mad about me walking away from the Lord. He'd be mad at learning about all the lust and everything. Because if this situation happened, if you did meet your former self, like, you're more honest with yourself than you are with anybody. We talk to ourselves and tell ourselves the truth every day. So you meet that older version of yourself, he would know. He would read through every lie that you have, because he's you. You couldn't lie to your old self. I couldn't make up a story and my old self would know immediately, because it's me. And those experiences and everything like that, they got you to where you are. So I won't say that you should live with regret currently, but I would say that you should make a change right now so that you don't live with regret in the future. Because what happened in the last 5-10 years, there's nothing we can do to change that. Everything that's happened in our life has happened, and we cannot take anything back. There is no way to time travel. Unfortunately, like, as cool as the thought of meeting your older self is, you'll never be able to do it. But what you can do is reflect on it and move on and start today. Make a difference in your life. Put the right people around you, the right friends, the family that is going to push you, and attack your goals like you've never done before. And I promise you, it's going to be difficult, but those things are going to change, and you're going to wake up a year from now and you're going to be really happy with yourself. It's going to boost your confidence like nothing before. And for me, like, it took me about a year in the gym where I lost about 50 pounds, and I look in the mirror and I'm like way more confident about myself. Like, man, I look way better than I did a year ago. You look at a picture from a year ago, and I go to church consistently for 8, 9, 10 months. And it's like my walk with Christ is so much better than it was before. I'm seeing him put things into my life that I know he wants there. I'm seeing him change my life and transform it for the better. The way I am as a father has improved, and the way I am in relationships with my friends, like everything has gotten better, but it took a long time. And I started with the gym. Before I was even going back to church and stuff, I was lifting. And so I slowly started seeing those improvements. And then that became a habit to where it's like, if I miss a day at the gym, I feel horrible about myself. And I like really get mad to where I lift extra hard the next day I go. And once you get to that point, that is a habit. And it's not as much of I need to remind myself to do this every day. It's like this is just part of my daily routine. And then you add other things to it. Obviously, I would say put Christ first in your life. So going to church, having that walk with the Lord is more important than the gym, for sure. But we don't want to do just one thing. You don't want to be a 400-pound guy who just has a good relationship with God, because then you're not using the fruits that God gave you. You're not living up to the potential that God wants you to be, because you are overweight and you can only do so much. So attack one thing at a time, but start today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till your New Year's resolution, because those New Year's resolutions aren't nothing. I've had so many years of my life where I wrote down a big list of things that I wanted to do and learn that year. And then these happened like 8 years ago, and I'm still not any better in any of these categories. But until I just decided, I'm going to start recording YouTube, I'm going to start going to the gym, I will have a good walk with the Lord. Until I did those things, nothing changed. But when I did those things, my whole life is transformed, and it's been for the better. And what I want to do with this channel is help other men improve their lives on the self-improvement journey. I want other men that haven't gone through the failures I've gone through to learn from my failures. So I'm candid about a lot of this stuff. I'm willing to share so that other people don't have to go through my experiences. They can learn from others' mistakes. And even if it's just one or two people, if I can make any kind of impact on young men to help them grow with their walk with the Lord, or even in their self-improvement journey, that's really the goal of this channel. So if you stayed this far in the video, if you took anything from this, share it with a friend. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this thing so that maybe one day I can help impact more people's lives. And as always, God bless.